Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin, and this is your vibe of the day. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. I'm glad to be here. I hope you're glad to be here. Let's get to today's message. Here we go. Arch Angel Raziel comes with his prayer that says, "Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents." So, spiritual gifts, what are they? It's you when you are at your quietest, when you are sort of pondering and sifting and sorting and meditating and doing the things that connect you with the other realms of spirit, as we all are. Um, Another card that pops up for me this morning, every once in a while I get a gift, and as I'm shuffling, it flips backwards. So the card that flipped backwards was the leap of faith. And it's basically a declaration to your spirit guides and angels that say, "I'm ready to take a leap of faith. Thank you for doing it with me." So, in these times of great expansion and great transformation, there are those who are going to follow the status quo and perhaps get tangled up in the muck and the mire of Jabberland, I call it. Jabberland is where there's a lot of talking heads jabbering and carrying on about nothing in particular, and nothing is moving forward, with everybody out in the streets shaking their fists, stamping their feet, and carrying on. Now, all I have to say about that is there are things that we have control over. That is ourselves, our immediate circumference, our family, those we care about, those we love, those that we are involved with on a daily basis. Beyond that, there is the extension of it, their friends, their circle of influence, the people around them. And on it goes. There's a great deal that we can be affected by and bothered by. But the big umbrella of information I want to share with you is all about the spiritual gifts and the understanding that you come from a much higher, powerful place in existence. In other words, anytime you've ever faced anything that has been pretty strong, tough, difficult, you've actually survived it. You've got through it. You found a way to dig deep and move past the obstacles that you believe were in front of you. Many times it requires great strength, great faith, and courage to get vulnerable, to move away from the habits that have tied you down to things, people, places, situations, stories, and drama that we are then taught to move away from. And growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, physical growth is something that's about us all the time. And if we experience physical growth, growing up, getting bigger, becoming an adult, emotional growth, moving through relationships, understanding what love is, understanding unconditional love, rejection, acceptance, all these things, they are tough lessons to learn. But it always brings us back to that euphoric feeling of complete and utter joy, happiness. And I'd said a couple of weeks ago in one of these vibes that it felt like somebody had let the air out of happiness. Somebody had let the air out of joy. Somebody had let the air out of laughter. And these things, these energies, are what lifts us up to love. And it seems that we are quickly being tossed and turned and twisted in what seems to be the temporary opposite of love. There's name calling, finger pointing, a lot of political polarities, families against families, people just very unhappy. Then there are the spiritual gifts, which is what this message today is about. If you're on this channel and you're listening to these daily vibes, you understand that there is spirit guides, archangels, ascended masters, your own family that have ascended into spirit world, who are on the other side, waiting to be invited to come and help you move forward. And Raziel is really that archangel about the transformation. He's all about helping you step up into the unknown part of who you are, trusting the intuition, using the gifts that you've got. The name Raziel is basically the secrets of God. And this archangel is a bit like a yoga guru, sort of, those ones you read about in scriptures and the ones you think of attached to Hinduism and Buddhism. He has already mastered all of the secrets of spiritual growing and universal laws. So use the law of attraction to bring the Archangel Raziel around and other archangels, ascended masters, and your ancestors to start teaching you, showing you, leading you where you need to go, revealing to you what you need to see, and follow your spiritual gifts. Now, from a personal standpoint, I have shared with you that 20 something years ago, in the 90s, I put the framework together of Soul Path Connection, not really knowing at that time what it was, where it was coming from. It just seemed like a neat name to put on my branch of what I do, which is hair. I'm now realizing and learning, and have for a while, probably since that heart attack, that, wow, we are here for a purpose, and we not really know what that purpose is. And sometimes you might find yourself doing things, wanting things, being interested in things that are new to you, different to you, not of what you have done before. You just have this new interest. And your friends and family that watch this new interest and see you following a love, a light, a creativity, a force that is different, they're not used to. And some may find that nervous, some might find that off-putting, some might find that very strange, and indeed they do. That's fine. It's normal and it's natural. People do things in our lives. When they watch us change and they watch us meander and they watch us grow, they're either with it and like, well, yeah, I think I can get behind it, or they're not. And it's fine too. It doesn't matter. What the point is, transformation is either something you're up for and you're putting your hand up and saying, yeah, I'm going to do this, or something that you're not up for and choose something else. In this time, in our culture, where so much is changing and getting so big so quick, have you not noticed that the days and the months and the years and the times are going woof? They're just going by very, very quickly. We don't have the luxury of time that we had before. We don't have a long time or a lot of choices that we had before. It isn't like we could wander around and try this today and that tomorrow and just sort of take this little circus of fun. No, the time is now to make your choice and choose what you want to do. And many times we're choosing things, we're not really sure why, but we're choosing it. This is accessing your spiritual gifts, your intuition. The intuition is the internal flame of knowledge. Some call it the part of the Akashic records, some call it part of the ascension process. It doesn't matter what label you give it. We're going on a journey, and that journey is growth and expansion. And the growth and expansion involves you if you want it to. It involves you if you want it to. If you're looking to expand, if you're looking to wake up these extrasensory gifts and skills, as I did, I found it more interesting to dig into the world of intuition, oracle card reading, angels, archangels, ascended masters, the masters, where they came from. I wanted to learn more about these entities, these beings, these prophecies, whether it's biblical, from Hindu, from Buddhism, all of these. I wanted to learn more because it was a lot more joyful for me to dig into that than to be on this never ending treadmill of not such good news. And I battled myself with this idea of my being just out of touch. In fact, I had people say, "You're completely out of touch with reality." And that bothered me too. Am I getting so lofty, crazy, whimsical and mad that I'm not paying attention to what's going on? No, I'm not. I'm just choosing to look at and study something um, coming from a place of love. I dedicated this year to love. Now I'm adding on kindness, trying to be kind. I think there's an element of forgiveness there too. And I'm studying what is it like to be in that forgiveness phase, learning the forgiveness phase, um, ascending from forgiveness, releasing old habits, old energies, things that are moving and past and gone, and realizing there is a better way to move forward. I'm going to read from Melody Beatty's Journey to the Heart and see what we have to say for today's date, which happens to be the 13th of November 2021. Here we go. You're almost home. I had a few hundred miles to go, but the stretch ahead seemed endless. I was tired and near the end of the adventure. I remembered the meditative words of a friend, words that helped me several years ago, words that help me again now. The life force is a force within you. You have the power to fire it, stoke it, expand its energy throughout your body. Don't clench up, tighten up. That limits the fire force within you. Stop cramping your muscles and telling yourself you can't. If you stay long enough and loud enough, you'll begin to believe it. Relax. Relax your arms, relax your legs, relax your neck, relax your body. You've come this far. Look back at all the miles you've traveled. What lies ahead is a small portion, such a small portion of that. Breathe deeply. When you become afraid or tired, breathing becomes shallow. That inhibits the fire. It keeps the fire force from reaching your muscles, your vital organs, your brain. Breathe deeply, stoke the fire within. Take a moment now to picture that core of light within you. See it. See it in your solar plexus, just a few inches below your navel. Picture it as a glowing coal, a candle, a flame. With each breath you take, picture the flame getting stronger, glowing more brightly, until you feel the vital force begin to surge through you. Feel yourself being filled with healing, life-giving energy. With each breath you take, feel the flame burn more brightly within you. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Feel your power spread throughout your entire body. Feel the power of the universe come in through your breath. Feel that power connect with and flame the burning coal of energy within you. You've come so far, you're almost mastered that lesson. Accomplish this task. Unveil that insight, the one you've been struggling with. Of course, you're tired. You've been working hard. Take a moment now to light the fire within you. Let it give you the energy you need. Don't stop now. You're almost home. That is old energy, I believe. That idea that we get so engrossed with what we're doing, we're almost scared of the power. Marianne Williamson says that we are afraid of our own power. It isn't that we're powerful. It isn't that we're not good enough. It isn't that we don't have these tools. It's that we know we have them. And we get glimpses of what that's about. And we get understanding that, my goodness, we think about somebody and they call. We have a mindset to desire something and we find it. We look for keys. We look for things we've lost, objects, and just put our hands up and say, okay, reveal yourself. Where are you? And then this idea in your head. You can see where they are and you go, and there they are. This is the real power that we brought into this life, our lives, with us. And I've said before, one of the things I took away from teacher training was that individually we are more powerful than we understand. Together, harnessing that with other people, we all become a force to be reckoned with. And if you're feeling this and you're getting this, and those fires that Melody Beatty spoke of in her journaling stirs up and gets going, that's the flame that's speaking to you. That's the part of who you are that's waking up. And then it's a question of, what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I start? Get quiet, take a bath, light some candles, turn off the distractions, allow the information to come. The difference between knowing you're on your path, which you're always on your path, but the difference of knowing if this is the right direction is that feeling. It's that feeling of, I can't stop it till I get it. It's that almost what people would call an obsession. It's a magnetization. I like to turn words that would normally mean something negative into something possible. So when someone would suggest this one or that one's obsessed with something, no, they're magnetized by it. They're drawn to it. Yes, there are some detrimental obsessions, the ones that harm, the ones that cover up, the ones that have us reaching for substances that we shouldn't, and that's linked to fear and needs to be forgiven. Those folks are off their path, but not too far. Anyway, all right, my friends, that's my vibe of the day. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But until next time, seek out what you are passionate about and follow your spiritual growth. Lots of love. Bye.